This is like a, I
The
have to
belle of the
say
ball.
this, this is like a Hunger Games transition.
It is. I mean, this is, I mean,
I
the
just want to
news.
recognize this. We're going to recognize the fact that this is a Hunger Games transition. Okay. We're going from, hey, they're kicking our people out of the military
Yeah.
to let's talk about the Met Gala.
We look like newscasters today.
I don't know
Yeah.
what newscaster is wearing my blazer. I don't,
They might get it off in
okay.
like this. Yeah, in the spring they
It's
could
not
get
going to
that
look
off.
good on
And
on the green
that could be an
screen.
Easter thing. Well, you can't be the weather girl, but
Not putting my thing on Easter.
yeah, it could be Easter.
Disrespect.
Yeah, well, it can.
It could. I
You were
mean,
like,
it can.
when
You're not
would they
wrong.
wear it? And I was like, I mean, something
Yeah,
themed,
Easter. Easter.
spring
Yeah,
or Easter, something
that's
springish,
fair.
So mine is like very youth pastor at a black church for sure.
Obviously at a black
For
church.
sure,
Okay.
obviously,
Come on.
given the colors. So
Yes.
this is how the dandy episode, Black Dandy episode starts. Like this is
Well,
mm, quite a start.
try to start. Well, to officially get started, this is Shana.
This is Kris.
And we are bad queers. If you came out of the closet and got put in a box of stereotypes you don't belong to, then welcome to the Bad Queers Club, Dandy Edition. If you're not
Hmm.
watching us and you are listening to us, Kris and I have dressed up
Missing
for the
out.
occasion because of the Met Gala this week. And so we've adorned some blazers. Kris has a
Yeah.
fancy little tie on. Looks like they're ready to anchor the news
I
and
got
or
this from
lead
the
a
thrift
youth
store
retreat.
2 weeks ago. Okay.
Oh,
I was
look
like,
at
there'll
you.
be something for you. I'll get ties now from time to time, and I might hold them for a year, might hold it for a couple months. So I'm like,
Mm,
hey, it's going to be you, and it's going to be your time. And today was that time for
today was
this.
it.
Today was it. It
I'm
stayed ready.
honored
Mm.
that this is for us.
Yeah. Came
Wow, look at
together
that.
mere hours. Hey, let's dress
Hey,
up. Let's
honestly,
dress
you
up.
did. When you texted me that, I was leaving for the gym and said, oh gosh, I have to mentally think through my closet
Whatever you have,
what it was.
black work from home dandy is what we're giving. That's the
Work from
category
home
is
dandy.
today. But
Yes.
but to
Yes.
start this week's Queer Urban Dictionary, I have TWID. TWID. Some of y'all might recognize this. TWID is an acronym for the woman I'm dating. A little Bad Queer's history is TWID was first introduced in 2021 when newly single host of the Bad Queers podcast, Shana, avoided giving the name of the person she was dating. Shana said, I'm having a wonderful time with TWID. It's a little Bad Queers history. 5 years, full circle. I think it's a blazer that's doing that, because
Wow.
90s newscaster. So I'm like, little Bad Queers history. Shayna
You
came out with
said
TWID.
2021.
Hmm. Yeah,
What a throwback. What
it
a
was cool. This was a
throwback.
good find. I went back in
That is a good
whatever
find.
doc this was in, and I was like, oh,
Yeah,
Bad Queers history too.
that's a good find.
TWID. It works.
Yes.
I think
Yes.
make it happen again. If it's
Hey,
not,
you know,
give it another
at that
go.
time, I was having a good time dating.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you are now.
Now,
Right. I think. Yeah. Right. I can't
I
put
mean,
that on you. It
I
might
don't
be
have
a
any,
horrible
I
time. I
don't have
don't
any
actually
twids.
know.
I don't have any twids
Okay.
right now.
Okay.
So
That's okay.
we're
It's
chilling.
getting warmer. It's getting warmer outside.
It is
Spring, if you
spring,
will. Yep.
spring.
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah, we got
Oh,
this. All right. Well, my queer urban dictionary word of the week is bricks.
hmm.
Bricks. This is queer slang from the ballroom scene circa 1970 or 80s. This bricks refer to a trans woman or trans femme person who is always clocked as having been assigned male at birth, usually for features like a square jaw or broad shoulders. The word was introduced at a time when gender was binary and every trans person's goal was to pass as going from one gender to the other, assumedly. Today, it's used to reclaim as an accurate and powerful descriptor. So think of this back in the day, people would say something as my sentence is, ugh, she looks a little bricky in that dress. And my
Hmm.
source from this was Yesterqueers on Instagram.
Bricks. Hmm.
Bricks. Yeah, it's making a comeback on the social media. And so it's really cool to see how language evolves over time and how we use it, but interesting to hear how folks used to be referred to and assuming that the goal was to pass. And we've done the definition of passing before, but that is
Hmm.
not always the case for the transgender community. And it's interesting to hear how our language evolves. So throwback
Hmm.
to bricks.
How it evolves and how it comes back.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody was like, hmm. Yeah. My co-workers and older co-workers were talking about how just how the word queer has evolved and how like even 10, 15 years ago, like people were like, what? Especially older queer folks,
Mm-hmm.
and like now it's just so safe, really,
Yeah.
in most
Inclusive
in most
umbrella.
ways and inclusive, but like it's kind of like, all right, we really cleaned it up and was like, hey, it's okay. Hey, it's okay. We'll keep that
Right.
one. We'll keep that one. Yeah. No, it was, but right now
Mm,
it's all right. All
yeah.
right. So, word, words,
Words.
words,
Look at
language.
that.
How about it?
All right. Well, let's go ahead and praise, pray tell. Our first category is we're talking about the trans military ban.
Yeah. Where did this come down? This came down yesterday as of recording. But the Supreme Court ruled that the Trump administration can immediately enforce its ban on transgender individuals serving in the U.S. military, lifting a lower court injunction while legal challenges continue. The Pentagon has estimated more than 4,200 active service members have a diagnosis of gender dysphoria, which is their military metric for tracking the number of transgender troops. But advocacy groups say that the actual number of trans service people are around like 15,000 that this would affect. This case still, there's still legal stuff going on, even though this was an absolute defeat and devastating because they're going to probably move swiftly on this. But it is in the lower courts, the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals for full review. And that litigation could eventually return it to the Supreme Court, which is, I don't know how many times these cycle around, but if the Supreme
Hmm.
Court is saying this now, then, not good. So, yeah, starting with some bad news and all the folks and families this is going to affect. And it's also like a sign of things to come with them. So, they start with trans folk, they start with queer folks, and you'll be there'll be nothing but shocked people, a lot of shocked white people who are like, he's going for who? Like it's like, yes, there's a list of folks. So this isn't a good sign, and we're praying for those that this affects. So
Absolutely.
starting with some not so good news, but
Mm.
all right.
Well, let's
Well,
let's shift over
let's
to
shift over. Let's shift over to the
the this is like a
the,
I
the
have
belle
to
of the
say
ball.
this is like a Hunger Games transition.
It is. I mean, I mean,
I
the
just want to
news.
recognize this. We're going to recognize the fact that this is a Hunger Games transition. Okay. We're going from, hey, they're kicking our people out of the military
Yeah.
to let's talk about the Met Gala.
Yeah, people dressed up.
People dressed up.
That
We're in
is, I
District
am
1.
sorry,
We're talking
everyone,
about it.
over the history of this show. This show, I had hoped it wasn't going to be Hunger Games, but it looks like it's going
Mm.
to be Hunger Games and a mix of Handmaid's Tale and, a little bit of, Sower, the Octavia E. Butler book that everybody, Parable of the Sower. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Lot of things sprinkling in that are like, okay, but here's our lighter story.
Here we are.
Here's why we're dressed up. Our Met Gala recap. Hard pivot. Where
Oh,
the
wow.
theme, we've talked about this before. This was coming up when it was announced. The 2025 Met Gala theme is super fine, tailoring Black style. So on Monday, the Met Gala made history as the first gala and exhibit themed around Black fashion, culture, and dandyism. Dandyism is characterized by an intense focus on aesthetics. Black dandyism began emerging as far back as the 1700s England when slave owners who wanted to flaunt their wealth began dressing their slaves in expensive clothing, creating a dandified black servant or luxury slave trend. Black men read the room with this, recognizing the power dynamics that clothing signaled, and began making their involuntary uniforms their own. We remix everything. In Black culture, and Black dandyism is another example of this, which became a practice in which Black people use the power of clothing, personal style, and even humor and wit as a form of resistance and a way for us to push back against societal limitations, negative stereotypes, and perceptions, not just in terms of race, but also class and sexuality. So we were very excited for this. We had our predictions of what different celebrities were going to look like, but Monday was the day. So
Mm, mm,
this theme will coincide with the Met's art exhibit of the same name, which is on view from May 10th through October 26th, inspired by Monica L. Miller's 2009 book, Slaves to Fashion, Black Dandyism, and the Styling of Black Diasporic Identity. So this was a larger exhibit for the folks that don't know, not just this. And if you do make your way to New York, it will be on exhibit through October. So very cool. Very excited
hmm
about this. So, mm, what do we think? Do you think the co-chairs did a great job? It included Coleman Domingo, Lewis
mm.
Hamilton, ASAP Rocky, Pharrell, and LeBron was acting co-chair. He didn't go because he has an injury. But um, what do you think? What are your feelings about this?
I thought that the theme was iconic and the way that they came together to do it was iconic. But did we fully execute on it? I don't I don't think so. I'd probably give it like
Yeah.
a C minus
Okay.
in the execution part of it for just for like fits, for the fits and stuff.
Yeah.
Um I
And
did
well, you go ahead. I'll
Oh,
I'll, I'll ask
we're
my
gonna get
follow-up
into that. You
questions.
already know that
Yeah.
we're gonna get into that. Yes,
Yeah.
like I really did appreciate all of the build up. So all of the like Harper's Bazaar, Vogue,
Hmm.
those types of shoots that like led
Yeah.
up to it so that we could see some folks who actually like weren't able to be at the Met Gala in the fits. It allowed folks to be able to see and learn the history ahead of time. I think
Hmm.
all of the marketing surrounding it was fantastic. Loved the choir that opened it.
Mm.
Very safe song, but I loved the choir.
Yeah. Yep.
Very
And
safe,
would
very
be. Yep.
safe.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But hey, having us on stairs singing songs and it was an all male choir, I'm here for these things.
Yeah.
And Tiana Taylor opening it up,
Yeah.
chef's kiss.
Yeah.
Chef's
That being
kiss.
like the
Like,
first photo to really drop.
yes, but
Yeah.
so like I'm overall saying C minus for like some of the execution because a lot of the people who were there just were like black, okay, and that's what they put on. They just put on the color
Yeah.
black, and I was like,
Yeah.
y'all, this was you had so many examples, you had so much
Yeah.
time, you could have gotten some black designers to
Yeah.
do the things for you. So it's more so
And should
overall,
have.
but there was so many parts of it that were so great that you just felt
Yeah.
like it was for us. It was just like a homecoming, like the interviews that happened, especially the specific people who were interviewing, the kikis
Hmm.
that happened, how everybody connected. We had Sierra and Rihanna in the same room,
Yeah.
loving on each other.
I think
Man,
we
to
had
bring
gotten
that
a
back.
picture before in the last whatever 10 years or whatever since that Twitter exchange. I know this one was the coziest one we've seen, but it was
Uh-huh.
still great to see. But I was like, I
That's what
thought
we
they
needed.
had gotten to, or somebody has seen, have reposted
We
something they were
needed to
together.
see the healing
We needed for sure
even more
confirmation
so.
on the healing for
Yes.
sure, for sure.
Yes.
Yes, very important. Bring millennials together. So I
Yes.
would give it a B minus because a lot of the things you said are correct with just the execution of it, just the feel of it. Like there was a lot of joy just watching all of the stuff. I love the
hmm
color of the carpet. I loved the choir. I was like, at first, but and then I was like, I'll allow it. Okay. I thought, yeah, the execution of the like red carpet was great. The Vogue stream with I think Ego Woden from SNL and Tiana Taylor. I saw a lot of clips of them that were great. Um, so the execution for me is like we black people, and that
Yes.
was the part I
We,
cared about
oh,
it,
I'm
were
like,
A plus.
we
And so
did
I
great.
think for me, like that's why it's higher because like I didn't think that white people were gonna get it. Like
I
and
know. I had
some
to
of
add
them
the
did.
minute as a whole.
And
Like,
yeah, as a whole.
I
And
actually
that's
think
why I was like,
Sabrina
mine is
Carpenter's
only
was good.
because I separated it. Like I feel like it's high because we did the damn thing. Like
Yeah.
everybody pretty much across the board that was black looked amazing and got the theme and everything. Or even if they missed the mark, obviously they looked good and everything. There were some people who weren't, and we'll get to the people who did and didn't. But
Yeah. Like
um
for us, I'd say a B plus,
oh,
mainly
okay,
because there
cool.
were people who missed the
Yeah.
mark
Yeah, yeah,
on
yeah,
it.
yeah.
And
See, I
there
gave
was like
them
some
the
people who I was just like, But we're gonna discuss it because I think the person
Yeah.
that I'm mainly thinking of is on your list as best dressed. So I'm
Oh,
like,
okay.
hot
Okay.
take.
Yeah. Let me see.
So
Let me
yes,
see. I was
but
like,
yeah,
wait
I
a
think
minute. Who's it
I
gonna
had
be? Who do I
a
have to defend?
I know
I know.
who
Okay.
could it be? But yeah, but I think overall, like us, I
Oh
give it
yeah.
as B plus
Yeah.
because there were
Yeah.
some where I was just hoping for more, hoping for the
Yeah.
things like
Oh yeah.
like
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Zendaya obviously looked great.
That's the
I'm
number
like,
one person that comes to
Law,
mind. It
you
was
were
safe.
behind all of this. How
It
come?
was safe.
How
It was
come?
safe, but
How
tailored
come?
to the T and on theme. Yes, they could have taken a chance, but I appreciated it for what it was. Like I thought, thank God that she did come before the other girl that had the same outfit, but that
Okay,
outfit wasn't tailored. Like it fit Zendaya like a glove. And
like
the
a
thing about Law
glove.
and Zendaya is they're so in sync with
Mm,
things where it's like how she walked the carpet with it gave it extra just aura. Like Zendaya knows how to sell an outfit. So while it looks kind of plain and safe,
it
the
was so good on her
tailoring
though.
and the cut, yeah, just how she played it was like, whoo, like it was cold. So it
It
could have
was.
been, they could have taken it places, but I feel like
I
it
know.
was kind
I
of
just wanted
cold.
it to be
But
taken because it's Zendaya. She
I
just
know, I
she's
know,
done
I
so much. I
know.
was just like, ah, take it. Even though I was like, girl, you
Yeah,
look fantastic and you're killing this
yeah,
outfit. And because
yeah.
it's Zendaya that and because it's a law dressing Zendaya, that was why
I
I was
get
just
it.
like,
I get
I want to
it.
take it.
I'm
I
with
want to take it
y'all.
more. And I think that's where some of it was, where it's like, I'm not saying that majority of people, majority of us
Hmm.
specifically, did not look great.
Yeah,
There was just some where I was like, but we've seen you do
yeah,
the flair, the things. And for
yeah,
some of it, it was either like safe or just missed. And it's like, you still looked good.
yeah.
And why not? Why not
Well,
do the
who
things?
else could have done more, or you expected more out of for this that come to mind?
Pharrell,
Yeah, his didn't photograph well. Like I think that
it's like he looked good.
yes, he did, and I liked. He was gonna get an honorable mention for me. I didn't even like some of the Louis Vuitton things he did, even with his wife, where it's just like you could have done more. And the whole, even so, no, even though Sabrina Carpenter looked good, it's just like there were so many of that aesthetic of the jumpsuit with the legs out, where I was like, what is going on? Um,
People had to
but
show some
his
legs.
blazer and the detailing was awesome, but I felt like his was definitely safe. Like he could have
Hmm.
gone off in ways that
Yes.
like come on, like this is you, this is Pharrell, and Pharrell is a style icon. So I was a little disappointed. I thought it was very clean,
Hmm. It
and it
was very
was,
clean.
again, the detailing. Like I would love a pearl white blazer jacket, but I thought him as the creative director of Louis Vuitton should have like you could have, yeah. So, but
Hmm.
look good. It just was like, okay.
Yeah. Like those were the things. It's like, I think the way that you described it was perfect because a lot of us looked good, but it was just clean. And then it was
Yeah,
safe.
and
And
safe.
that's where
And
some
some
of it where
people,
I was
but some
like,
people were not on to me. Like some people, I didn't. I'm like, come on, like how you miss this? Like I didn't like Cardi B's look. Some people liked it. I know it
I
was
didn't,
Louis Vuitton, and you saw after the content that's come out, the day after Tuesday and
yeah.
today of the fashion houses doing the whole portfolio of who they styled, and Cardi looked good, her glam was good, but I didn't like, I was like, what is this? I don't know. It was weird to me. It was like
Hmm.
weird 70s shag rug. I don't know. It was just, I was just like, I don't, okay. Like, so, but
70s
look
shag
good,
rug.
but I was just like, okay, okay. Doja didn't look good. I didn't get Doja at all. I was like,
Hmm.
okay, okay, I guess. I mean, I kind of got where she was trying to go, but I was like, okay, no, but all right. But yeah, was there anybody else? I mean, of course, the white people in general, like you said, all of them to me were just like for the most part. I have some standouts that were great, but yeah, they were just like, I'm gonna wear something black.
Here's
I
another
hear
one. Here's
black.
another
I'm just
one
gonna wear something black.
that I didn't like.
Who?
Shakari's.
Oh, yeah, because honestly, hers was forgettable. I saw it one time and I actually don't remember what it was, but I
It was
remember
that
being
like
like,
purple lace
okay,
with the yellow
yeah, purple
and
lace
the
and yellow.
butterflies in her hair.
Hmm.
I was
Okay,
like,
yeah, it was a lace thing. Yeah, I remember thinking that, oh, she looked pretty, but you know,
yeah.
like, oh, you know, you know. Again,
Yeah.
they're wearing these, they're beholden to their stylists and fashion houses. They'll talk to them. I thought Holly Berry's look had to grow on me, and it was a little Quan Smith, and I don't know what it was about it. I think it was the initial photos that I saw come out, and it took a while for Holly Berry's dress to grow on me. Same with Tracy Ellis Ross. At first, I hated it, but then when I saw
Mm.
like the detailing of it, I thought it was pretty cool, and I thought it was fun that she did different colors. Like she didn't just do black and white.
Yeah.
Um,
Especially after her mom came in and just showed everybody out.
and that was Miss Ross was gonna have her own section, like a icon legends, because and going into that, Diana Ross, that just and that was in her archive. She had the names of her children or in family stitched on there. Just glam. Diana Ross, just
Hmm.
legends. I thought they styled Stevie Wonder well. I think he was, I don't know if he walked, did he walk the carpet? I know he
He did.
performed with Usher. Okay.
Yeah, he did.
He looked good. I love Babyface's outfit. The plaid. Did you see Babyface?
Oh, no, I
He had
didn't.
like a plaid suit. It looked great. I thought he
Oh,
looked really
okay. I
good.
just found it. I just found
Yeah,
it.
I liked Babyface. It was similar
All
to
right,
One of
Babyface.
Coleman Domingo's looks, but I thought Babyface was pretty
I
great.
did not like Coleman's little royal
The
throw.
royal blue. I think
Y-
he was supposed to be paying homage to like Andre or something. I think with it, right? I
Yes.
mean, either way, you could still not like it, tribute or not. But
I was like,
I was a little
no.
underwhelmed by Coleman Domingo, but he had a couple of outfit changes too. So
Yes. The later
that's the
fits
thing. You had to
were.
kind of navigate with them. But yes, the red carpet, I thought actually he was a little underwhelming because you know
Hmm.
who ate him up, who
Mm.
ate him completely up? Lewis Hamilton.
Mm.
Lewis Hamilton looked so good, and he was in Wales Bonner or yeah, it's Wales Bonner. And he just looked great. He looked like a million trillion bucks, and I love Lewis Hamilton. What'd you think of ASAP Rocky's look?
I actually didn't hate it. I think I liked the detail with the braids and stuff the most. It seemed
Yeah.
like ASAP's was like it was good, especially in like the little details.
Mm-hmm.
Like the little details really put the outfit together. Right? And so I think I
Yeah.
appreciated that, like with the accessories and with the hair. It's like the outfit could be hit or miss. It
Yeah.
looked good on him, all of that. But I think that was what I liked about his outfits was more of the small details.
Yeah. The small details did the heavy lifting with it because
Yes.
like I will say I was underwhelmed. Like I thought he could have really taken it there. It's you had the Harlem Globetrotter. I honestly liked his photo shoot leading up to it more than what he wore the other night. But he still looked good. I thought the his little rain kind of thing. It's like it kind of has its own setting, its own scene
Yeah.
with things. Like he's a walking scene. Who else? Who else was the co-chairs? I think we went through all the co-chairs that were there. But we do have to honor whew, Savannah James. Savannah James looked great.
She
It was
looked
like,
great.
I'll just slide in for my husband. I'm here. It's good.
She
And
said
did
it's
the
fine.
damn thing. I
I
got
got
it.
this.
I got it. I got
I got
it.
it.
I got it. And did get it. So that was the co-chairs. Let's go to all the things that we did like, or did you have
Yes.
any more pushback?
Oh no, let's
You
let's
want to
talk
wait
about our
until
best
my
dress.
five?
Let's talk
Okay.
about best dress. No, because
Yeah.
I thought because you had Pharrell on the list, and then I see
Yeah,
Becky
I took
Talk on
him
the list.
off.
So
Yeah.
that was
I have an
my
honorable mention list that's not my
yeah.
top five.
Oh, okay. All
So
right.
I
Yeah,
was
let's
like,
go ahead and talk
top
about what we
five, you
like.
can't beat. Okay.
Positives.
Yeah. I mean, we both agree on Tiana Taylor was one of the first
She
photos to
was the
come
best
out.
dress for me.
Best dress. Yeah.
Best dress for me. Yep.
Yeah.
Did
Janelle
that.
was my best dress. I loved it.
Chanel's was
I
fantastic.
didn't know what they were going to do for it. I knew that they were going to step. I knew this was made for them. And I just think I loved every part of it. The monocle, the everything, even down to the end of the night, like on theme still with the pasties and
Mm-hmm.
just
Oh
like
my
it
gosh.
is.
And they're performers with the pace.
And their performers with the pasty. So just like
Oh,
from
Janelle.
beginning to end, like that's just the details, and it's hard because Tiana Taylor looked great too. Yeah, they were just amazing. Both of them were amazing. Ruth E. Carter, both styled by Oscar winning costume designers. So Tiana Taylor was styled by Ruth E. Carter. And then Janelle was styled by Paul Taswell. But the black designers ate Laquan Smith, we mentioned Sergio Hudson, Grace Wales Bonner,
Mm-hmm.
Jerry Lorenzo, Rich Fresh, and there's many others that styled some of the biggest looks of the night. Um,
Yes.
you know who looked good in the concept? The only, actually, the two whites that I like that made it out.
Mm,
Demi Moore with the tie theme, like going as a tie, a black
mm.
tie, was pretty fly. Like that was a really cool concept, and I thought Demi Moore did a good job. And then Hunter Schafer did a great
Okay.
job.
Yeah, Hunter looked great.
Hunter looked great. Yeah,
Hunter did look good.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
What's
Okay.
for
So
you?
I had obviously we agreed, Janelle, Tiana.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Shabuzi.
Go ahead.
Shabuzi did it for
Shabuzi looked
me.
good.
That
Mm-hmm.
was
All
I
the
loved and I
turquoise.
loved how gender neutral it was as well. But then with the
Yeah,
matching grill with the matching beads, I was and the tilted hat, I was like, Shabuzi,
yeah. Whoever is Shabuzi
don't
stylist
disappoint
is
me in this near future because right now
great.
you are doing all the things right, sir. Okay? And I
SVA,
needed
that's
to stay
you.
that way.
That's
I
you.
needed to stay that way. Okay. Copy Lame with the all the
Looked really
clocks.
good. Looked really good.
All the
Mm-hmm.
clocks on there. I was like, phew. Walked out. Every time I saw the photo, I was just like, that was my sound effect. I was like, phew, he looks good. Looks good. Like, good for you. Well, also, Lupita Nyong'o
Mm.
did that. That light
Yeah,
blue,
I love the light blue.
everything was so
My
good.
honorable mention.
So good. So
Yeah.
that was who my top five were for best dressed.
Okay. Yeah, my top five, we have the first two. Janelle Monáe was my favorite. Tiana Taylor's second. I love Justice Smith's outfit. Was great. Lauryn Hill looked really
Oh,
good.
Lauren
Lauryn
was that
Hill.
would be a runner up for me. Yeah, that would be a
Yeah,
runner.
so good. And then this person, I'm not even sure if I didn't see any red carpet pictures, but I definitely got some off of Rich Fresh, who styled this person's
Mm.
suit. This is Corey Jarvis, who is the head of social for Essence. Looked amazing. Like the suit is just amazing. One of the the best dress that I saw, or the most like captivating, like this is so on theme. And I had to put him on my top five list. And his IG is mention me if you want to go to it. But shout out to Corey Jarvis, head of social at Essence. Killed it. Like y'all have to
Love
go see
that.
it. And we'll put it in the video. So
Yes.
other honorable mentions for me just before you go to yours. Usher, which I thought his red carpet outfit was safe, even though it was another like that's a clean look. But his outfits through the night were great. Jodie Turner Smith in that burgundy outfit, it
Oh
was very similar
yes.
to Tiana
Yes.
Taylor's. Looked so good, so good. Um, Kerry Washington, I loved. I loved Kerry Washington's outfit.
Mm-hmm.
I said Demi Moore, but Precious Lee, who was not really on theme, but
It
just
was
looked
not, but
gorgeous.
just was joy and
Just
beauty.
gorgeous. Yeah,
She got there,
just
she was like,
gorgeous.
I'm on the
Yeah.
carpet, y'all. I don't care
I
what
don't
you want to
even care.
say.
I was like, and you know what, Precious? I don't care. You look
It's
good.
like,
Yeah.
I love it
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, I'll have it. Yeah. I'll have it. Who were your honorable mentions that were
Okay. I got a
best
couple.
dress?
Dochi.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I
I thought
loved.
that was safe. I thought that was safe.
I for
But
Dochi,
look
but
good. It looked good. It
but
went.
it like
It went.
it fit
Yeah.
so well
Yeah.
and did it plus
That's who
like
I
holding it
wanted to
the
see.
cigar,
I'm a little disappointed. No, I'm a little disappointed.
you
I
know, and
wanted to
that's
see
fair.
something else.
And that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But
I
look
said
good. But look good. And on theme. So
yes. I did say
yeah.
Sabrina Carpenter, and
Mm-hmm.
still sticking beside
I
her.
get it. Sabrina Carpenter looked good.
She looked good.
Yeah,
She
she looked.
walked
Now
out, and I
that
was
did
like,
work for her.
I said, ma'am,
Yeah,
ma'am.
yeah.
Um, yeah, those were my top. Lauren Hill
Those are good. Mm-hmm.
definitely gets it as well. And then there's one other person, and
I
why
saw
am I
Scott Evans
blanking?
looked great.
Oh,
Debbie
Scott did.
Allen.
Scott did look good.
Scott looked great.
I loved
Blakely
it.
Thornton too looked great. I don't know if you saw his. He was on the carpet and funny as ever. But
Yeah.
shout out to
Oh, I loved
Blake
Whoopi's
Thornton.
outfit.
Oh, Whoopi looked great. Whoopi looked. I was like, yeah,
Yes.
That's
That's my
exactly
other
what
runner up.
Whoopi would
I
wear.
loved it. And like during
Yeah.
the interviews, it's like, so Whoop, are you comfortable in your outfit? No.
Nope. I love that Whoopi is just always just
I
like,
was like, we
no,
don't
yeah, I'm
deserve
just gonna do it because I'm
Whoopi.
gonna do it, and she's just like always just. I just love. I just love it. It's
Was
just.
too good.
It's so
But yeah,
Whoopi. Whoopi, stay being Whoopi. Like,
yeah,
no,
yeah. And,
I'm
and then
not.
Sierra wasn't really like on theme, but just looked good. So I'm just gonna
Yeah.
give her that. I'm gonna give her that.
Yeah, she looked really good.
Looked real
And
good.
Russell was on theme. They looked great together, but you're right. She wasn't really on theme. And she could have stepped actually. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
little disappointed in Sierra could have stepped because she had the hair. She could have, she could have
Yep.
stepped. It could have been like a
Okay.
boy.
She could
Okay.
have given like a boy. Thank you.
She,
Thank you. That
like
was
a
my
boy was
first thought.
right
I was
there
like,
for
you couldn't
Sierra.
have given that to us. You
Listen,
couldn't have given
it's
that
right
to
there.
us.
Some
I
people,
wanted it.
it's right there. It's right there. You know who I
That's what I
want to
was
shout
hoping.
out? Billie Eilish, who decided to stay home and was like, 'cause I ain't even gonna do this,
Ah,
big dog. I'm not even gonna do this, big dog.
not
Like,
gonna show
and
up
I
like a black
respect it.
uncle.
I respect it
So
because
funny.
they could have. They
Could have.
could have.
Yep.
So yeah.
So
Thanks.
fucking
And
funny.
sometimes that is the answer. I hope she's, leading others by example. Because sometimes, hey, I don't have to go. I don't have to go. I don't have to go. But shout out to everybody. Yeah,
Uh,
everybody did the damn thing. It did feel good watching it and seeing the pictures and just, the history of it and that just being amplified and sometimes they say black people don't have culture and it's just the
mm-hmm.
craziest thing. We are culture. So
Honest thing. That's it.
yeah. Mm,
All right. Well, let's go ahead
okay.
and wrap up the category is because guess what? It's almost like it never left because we've consistently
I
been able
know.
to talk
She
about
was like, God
basketball.
damn. I was like, I know.
Okay. All of our
She said
friends
it just
who are
ended.
like, let me fast forward this part because we don't listen to sports, but for everybody else who learns your sports from us or enjoys sports, the WNBA is back. Preseason
Mm.
has
I gotta get you to
begun.
make a jingle for this section. It could be like inside. It'd be like
Don't
the NBC.
tempt me with a good time. Okay.
You know instruments. I should
I
challenge you to
do.
come up with a little jingle,
I'm gonna come up
a
with a jingle.
backwards jingle.
I'm so
Yes.
excited. Just
Listen,
so
I think
excited.
you could do it. I know you
I
could do
think
it.
I
You
could
have a
do
lot
it.
of musicality in you. You
Thank you.
you'll know just what to do. So
Thank you. I'm gonna come up with one.
no
All
no
right.
due date. Just
All of a sudden,
no due
y'all are
date,
just
just
gonna
vibes.
hear a new music sound, and that's
Hmm.
going to be introducing the fact that we are talking about sports
Yep.
and sports only, women's sports though. So
Yeah.
preseason is here. The regular
Hmm.
season begins May 16th. We are having games galore. We're seeing the rookies. Rookies are already being cut, already being waived.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
are already being waived. It's a cutthroat world out here because they refuse to extend the benches and they refuse to open up the things. But we're the CBA
They're
is
like, we
coming
don't
up.
pay y'all
The
like
new
we should
CBA
as
is coming up.
is. Y'all want
Okay.
more?
Okay. That part. So preseason
Um,
is here. We got some of the initial power rankings
mm-hmm.
for the preseason. And man, oh man, it's already going to be a season. We'll go
28th
through these
season.
power rankings real quick so that you all are aware of how the people think this is going to be ranked. So naturally, the defending champions, the New York Liberty, listed at the top.
Hmm.
Um,
They only got
you know,
stronger.
only got
Only
stronger.
got
I was
stronger.
like, they lost a few people in the offseason.
Hmm.
Courtney Vandersloot is back over with Chicago. They've let go of
Hmm.
some people, but they brought in some really good people. So it's,
Hmm.
they
Do they
they
still
got
have my girl? What's my girl's name off the
I was like,
bench? That's
not
like the
my
six
girl off
man.
the bench.
You know who I'm talking about.
The
How am I blanking
Sabali,
her name? No.
not the sister.
Who did a great job? No. How am I blanking on her name?
Jonquel Jones. But she doesn't come
No.
off the bench. She starts.
Yeah. Comes off the bench. Really good six play. And sometimes starts. Damn, let me see.
Mm.
Oh,
You,
Lainey Hamilton. They still got.
oh, Benijah Laney Hamilton.
Yeah. Okay. She's still on there.
She's still
They're
there.
set.
They're not gonna get
That's
rid
the
of
heart
her.
of the team. That's the heart of the
Okay.
team right there.
She
So
is boss mama
where
on the team.
where they go, there she's driving. So
Yes. Yes.
yeah,
So
stronger.
yes,
Got
she is
Tasha
still there.
Cloud.
They're
Yeah.
good. Minnesota Lynx at number two. Because
Okay.
they were the final runner-up. I feel like this is a really cheating list on this front because they
Yeah.
were the final up. Okay.
Yeah.
The
I was
Las
like, in
Vegas
reality,
Aces coming up. Thinking that I think it'll be an interesting season for the Aces, honestly.
it will. I don't know
I think
where.
it
I
will.
don't know if I'd put them in the top five,
I don't know.
but maybe would. Yeah, I
I
guess
still
maybe
think I
five
would.
though. Maybe five.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, let me see
Then they
what's below
have
them though.
Seattle Storm as number 4, Indiana Fever
Hmm.
number 5, Mercury number 6,
Which is
Atlanta
Skylar
Dream.
Diggins, no Smith.
Oh, Skylar Diggins. Yes, that
No
was
Smith.
updated. I still
No
want the
Smith.
story. Atlanta
Yeah.
Dream
Mm.
7, Chicago Sky at 8.
Mm.
I'll take it. I'll take it. Not gonna lie. I'll take it. The Dallas Wings at
Oh.
9, which I did not think that they would put the Dallas Wings so low.
Yeah, they seem to like they're gonna be higher. And I
That's
love how the internet is calling the gay ass team because
no,
they're a
because they
very gay
are.
team. They are
This is
very
a gay
gay.
ass team, and I
Or
love
gay
it.
adjacent for teaching A or whatever.
I love
But
it.
you know, it's a gay team. So
Gay
love that.
team.
It's gonna be very fun.
Yep.
They should be higher up. They should, to
I
me,
think,
maybe just out of the top five. Like maybe 6 or 7. I would put them down pretty far. I think they're gonna have a hell of a year. Like they just had injuries last year. That's why they were
yeah.
ass. You
Yeah,
know.
once they get the groove going, I think they'll be pretty solid.
Gonna be
A solid
good.
contender. The
Hmm.
Sparks at 10, the Mystics at 11, the Sun at 12, the Valkyries at 13.
Mm-hmm.
God
Yep.
damn.
Yeah, gotta be.
God
They're
damn.
the new
So yeah,
team. You don't know what they about to look like.
I know I feel
That's
like
the safe way
they'll
to be like, we have no idea.
right. They're just
Gotta
like, we're
be
just gonna put you
last.
down here so that the only way you
Yeah.
can go is up. So,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
exciting things happening. I've already watched a couple games. It has been a joy of joy to watch. Also, having the season start out with both Chicago Sky and Indiana Fever playing the Brazilian national team at the previous college stadiums for
Yeah.
Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, um, and Haley Van Lith for a second. So really cool to be able to have that moment for them as well and to bring out really big crowds and to be able to get recognized. So really awesome that they were able to make that happen and bring the games to LSU and Iowa and have that fan base there, but also
Yeah.
being able to bring visibility to the Brazilian national team as well, which Camila Cardoso plays on.
That's awesome. Yeah. Hmm.
So yes.
I will say that yeah, I think I'm gonna be talking less shit to my cousin about the Fever this year.
Why? Why?
That's a scary team. They got a coach now. They got
They got a
Stephanie White
coach.
as coach. They got a
They
coach.
they are driving
Good,
forward with DeWanna
good
Bonner has already
additions.
became the team mom.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they are already like they have that's the thing when you have a team that has a team mom that you have
Yeah.
dedicated your heart and soul
And like a
to,
good team mom, not
y'all are
one
gonna
that's just like,
fight
on the
to the
bench kind of running
finish.
things. Like,
Yes, y'all are gonna
oof.
fight to the finish, and Dewana Bonner is a person who is worth fighting to the finish for.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
glorious.
I'm also very glad that they re-signed Kelsey Mitchell because I think that's
Mm.
so key for the
Kelsey
continuity
is such a key.
of Caitlin Clark and everything. And but who they added with Dwana Bonner and Natasha Howard and what's the white girl's name? Sophie
Sophie Cunningham.
Cunningham. Yeah, I think that was a good pickup. Like they're scary, and then more importantly, again, Stephanie White and having like a coach. I'm like, ooh wee. I told my cousin
Hmm.
I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be talking this much shit to you. I don't know what will happen. I'm shutting the fuck up this year. And Caitlin
Yeah,
Clark on a full season's rest. Very scary. I would
full
not be
season rest.
surprised if they made it to the championship game. I really
Hmm.
want to be surprised. Like it's really scary how they quickly gathered them. And I feel like in general, Indiana sports, for at least basketball, they're always pretty competitive. Like the
Hmm.
Indiana like loves basketball, so they were
Yep.
like, "Let's get you a coach. Let's get you some good veterans. Let's get you all the good help you need." So Caitlin has a good team around her. So and Aaliyah Boston. So geez, that's scary.
Yeah.
Won't be able to talk shit.
Okay.
I will. Still will
Might
though,
happen.
but like still
And
will.
that's fair. That's
Yeah.
fair.
Mm,
Well, yes. And then
yeah.
other good NBA, WNBA news. This is also part of my shout out this week. So, Asia Wilson, her
Mm.
A1s came out this week. Those shoes sold
Gone.
out in 5 minutes.
Gone.
5 minutes. Somebody, I could only hearken this to like when we were trying to get Renaissance tickets. That's how these shoes were.
Mm.
That's how
Mm-hmm.
fast it was. People were like,
Yeah.
I had shoes in my cart and then they were gone. And I
Mm-hmm.
had them and then they were gone. And now they're no more. So there are more coming.
Yeah.
Asia has said,
Yeah.
don't you worry. There's a blue pair of shoes that are coming out and a white pair and a black pair that are also coming. So lots of color patterns, lots of color palettes, all of the things. But I am very excited about this release and how well it has gone because one, it's been advocating for Asia to have a shoe because she deserves. She's the best player in the league.
Yeah,
And for it to go this well from the commercial that Malia Obama directed, which was Black Essence everything, but also all the little nuggets between like odes to her grandparents and odes to Coach and all of that were beautiful to be able to watch, as well as how this release has gone with the tour and being able to
very
take
good
it to multiple
rollout.
cities. All of it is fantastic and it's so on brand. And I love to see that. More of this.
Yeah, the whole we don't know how to market Black women thing up in here.
Okay.
If you just put the money behind it, you put good ideas, good people, tell an authentic story, it'll be there. The people were there, so I'm so
Mm-hmm.
glad it sold out, and they'll come back with more colors. It's about to be a player exclusive in both leagues for sure, and
Yes.
um, yeah, congrats to Asia. That's awesome. Are you getting the pink ones? Are you still gonna try and get the pink ones? Because I know that
I don't
there's
know.
several colorways coming out and that they tease. So
I was like, I don't know
I'm
if I
gonna
want to
get
do
a
the
pair,
pink
but
or if I
you
want to
know,
wait until the blue
yeah, the blue looks really good.
because the blue looks good.
Yeah,
So yeah, but if I get the A1 t-shirt, then I probably have to get the pink shoes. So
you don't have to be matchy matchy and
I
all
know
that.
I
Like
do
the
have
the
white high
shirt
tops,
is
so it's
cool
okay.
though. The shirt is cool, and yeah, if you have anything black,
Yeah, the shirt is. I'm probably gonna get the shirt and a pair of the shorts for the moment.
yeah, yeah, the
But we'll
shirts are
see.
cool. Yeah, the pink on the shirt is cool, but I was just like, yeah, pink. When you get older, you're buying shoes that will go with multiple outfits and everything, and that you'll use a lot. So like having bright pink shoes, it's like, mm, yeah, no. So
Yeah.
we'll see. Yeah, I'm actually waiting for like I think I saw a gray colorway. Sometimes on the internet, it's a little, you don't know nowadays. You're like, is it
Mm-hmm.
AI? Whatever. But, anyways, congrats to Asia and her team. And just, it was delayed but not denied. And we showed out.
Yes.
It's going to keep selling out. So, hmm. All right. Let's move on to our advice segment, Am I a Bad Queer? Where we get real with your questions and dilemmas. Got something on your mind? Don't keep it to yourself. Send your questions to badqueers.com. Hit us up on IG at badqueerspod or email us at badqueers@badqueers.com. All right. This first one is from Kenny. Kenny asks, Am I a bad queer? I have a lot of straight friends and they love to go to Pride with me. Overall, they are fine, but then once they get drunk, it is a mess. So then they're not fine. They start using queer slang, sloppily fall all over everyone, and consistently cry over exes. This year, I decided I am going to go with my gay friends that I've made recently and not spend any of my pride schedule with my straight friends. Should I tell my straight friends that they are on their own and I won't be their ticket to pride ahead of time, or just let it be and they will find out when they find out, Kenny? Um, God, are you really like how close are you to these straight
You're
friends? Like
right.
I feel like they should just find out when they find out. It's just like I don't think you have to tell them, "Hey, this year we're not, doing this." Like you're not their like toy. I mean that you kind of de facto are their pride tour guide, but don't this year. Just I wouldn't say anything. Like you're not obligated to tell your straight friends about pride. So I mean that's that. I wouldn't tell them. I would go hang out with my gay friends at Pride because that's a novel
Mm-hmm.
idea. So
It's a novel
you know.
idea.
It is. It is. Getting permission from your straight friends to go to Pride is like, bro, we're past
Mm-hmm.
that. I don't know how many people have this problem with their straight friends that they got to check in with to go to Pride, but you got to break the cycle.
Yes.
So just go with your
This is
straight
time.
friends. It's time. You don't have to give
It's
them an
time.
explanation. When they do hit you up, probably the weekend before or mere days before, tell them you're going with other people. Like you don't have to inform them about your plans. Like
Okay.
we'll go do other things. Pride is for us. This is
Mm-hmm.
ours. So, everything else is, whatever. So,
Yeah. They'll probably reach out to be like, hey, what's the schedule? What's going on? And you'd be like, yeah, well, I'm going with these friends.
mm-hmm.
I was like, but I saw that the schedule was up on this Instagram page or this website or whatever else. Let me know if which things you're going to. We might be able to run into each other. Bye.
Yeah.
And that's
If
it.
that.
That's all it is. Yeah, even
For
if
life.
that, like, you could just be like, oh no, like I already made plans with other people,
Yeah,
and that's as
it'll
simple
be
as that.
fine.
It's okay.
Like
They'll
I
make
made
it
pride plans.
with
My gay
the people I
friends.
should be at Pride with. Thank
With
you.
my gay friends. I made
I
pride
don't need to
plans
be
with
the
my gay
person that
friends.
is escorting you through Pride. I was like, straight people
Yeah.
take over Pride enough. You don't need to
Yeah.
reclaim your
And
time.
actually you've done enough. Like let's keep them away this year.
Okay.
Let's keep them away this year. Tell them to donate. Tell them to
Mm-hmm.
donate. Yeah. They'd be pissed that last
Like
weekend
I
in
will.
June. Where are we going? All
I
that.
will.
So,
Kenny, be
so
free.
funny.
Be
Yeah.
free.
Free yourself.
All right. Thanks, Kenny. Our next Am I a Bad Queer comes from Rebel Squared. I like that.
Mhm.
That's a take it on tour type name.
Mhm.
All right,
Rebel
Rebel.
Squared has written into us before, so this is
You're back.
glad to see them come back. Shout out to Rebel
I
Squared.
remember this name now. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Yeah.
Rebel. How you
Yeah.
doing? All right, Rebel. Ask, am I a bad queer because I, in all caps, loathe crowds chock full of sloppy, drunken queers and loud music that sounds like an alarm clock on crack being passed off as quote unquote community.
Hmm. Hmm.
That is very simple,
Specific.
simple and specific. I can
Hmm.
smell the area that you're describing.
Yeah.
Just need you to
Yeah.
know that. Just need you to know.
Yeah.
And Rebel, no, you're not. You're not a bad queer. There's a point in our adulthood where we recognize that not all queer spaces are in some dungeony club that we have to listen to uns music to. There's so many more options now. There's so much more available. There's so many more spaces that we can go into. We can be at art galleries, we could be at poetry slams, we can be at speakeasies. Like we don't have to be in spaces with drunken queers and loud music. That's what it used to be. It is no longer. We have moved forward. We have so many other options and places to be. So don't be in those places and spaces. I was like, provide alternatives. Tell your friends that you want to go to alternative places and not always just go to the club. We hit a point in life where club life is no longer for us. Every once in a while, you might have it on a special occasion. You're feeling good, and that's your
Hmm.
night. But for the most part, you shift away from it, and that is okay. You know what that is? Growth.
Yeah. No notes. I mean, there's a lot of other things to do or to start, even if you have to start it or see if other people are interested. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah, can vividly see and hear and smell what you're
Smell.
speaking of for sure. Um, this is like the previous person's like straight friends at Pride,
Mm-hmm.
um, being sloppy drunk and all that.
It's a theme.
Um,
It's a theme.
go home. So yeah, hope that helps. There's a lot more
A lot more.
community events, a lot more community events, even
Yes.
online, even virtually. So,
Mm-hmm. Well, thanks for
mhm.
writing back in, Rebel.
Yeah,
Good to hear from you again.
keep talking to us. All right, this last one is from Mallory. Mallory asks, am I a bad queer for pretending to be straight at the club to get free drinks? Listen, I recognize my femme lesbian privilege, and if I'm going out with my straight friends, those bottle service prices are expensive. And if some straight dude wants to spend his money on me, who am I to stop him? I
Mm.
give him a little shoulder touch, take my free tequila, and disappear into the night. Am I wrong?
Just see.
Mallory.
Imagine
Not
her
in
just
this
like
economy. Not in
disappearing
this
into the dark.
economy. Not in this economy, Mallory. I don't know. Do you? It seems like you have this down to a science, as many girls
Mm-hmm.
do across the spectrum. And I will never step in the way of a man buying you a drink. Don't think you
Okay.
gotta owe him anything. Do your thing. That has nothing to do with me. Save your money if they want to buy you a
Nothing to do
drink
with me.
and all that. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Especially in this economy. Like I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
ice prices are about to be crazy. Like it's just, again, that's why we this show light and dark because it's like out here it's just we don't know. I don't know what's going to be happening.
Oh my
So
gosh.
you save your money.
Yes.
Yeah.
Honestly, get two drinks and give it to your friend too. That's the only
There you
way to
go.
improve this scenario is
There you
really
go.
is really that. Especially because it's not like you're sticking around
Mhm.
and giving him hopes and dreams. You're like,
Yeah.
"Thank you so much. Have a nice day." And then you're off. So,
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
this economy, do it to a girl. Use this is honestly a version of queer reparations for us to be able to have
Take
that.
it. Yeah.
So just take it. Like you're not
Yeah.
promising anything. You're not doing whatever. When guys
Mm-mm.
buy drinks at bars, they know that it's a well, I hope that they know. A lot of times, some of the butthurt ones. Meh. But
Yeah.
they know that it's a risk. It's 50-50. You're taking a chance to buy somebody a drink. You are not sticking around to show interest. You're like, "Hey, thank you so much. Have a good day."
Yeah.
And go off and have a good time. Good for you.
As
And
someone who bought women drinks, like
okay,
you're just supposed to,
that's what
it either
happens.
leads to more conversation and they hang out and around, or it was just a drink. And they're
And that's
taking it
it.
back to their table, and that's what it is. So like, they don't have to offer you a drink.
Nope.
And you certainly shouldn't say no if you don't, want to. So this ain't got nothing to do with me, Mallory,
Nothing to do with me. But
at
you
all.
going home with something,
You
and
know.
it's that drink. Good for you.
And money, so that's important
That part.
in your bank. So that's it for this week's Am I a Bad Queer? Send your questions to badqueers.com. Hit us up on IG at badqueerspod or email badqueers@badqueers.com.
All right. What type of bad queers would we be if we didn't have unpopular queer opinions? Of course, our bad queer opinions do have to stem from the Met Gala. It's
Yeah.
a given. It's easy. It does the things. All right. So my bad queer opinion, it's like I said this for the gays, but really I'm just talking to one specific gay.
Mm. Ooh, it's
I'm
clear out.
talking I'm talking to one. I started this off where I was like, the gays did it, and then I stopped and I was like, actually, you know what?
There's
The
somebody
one the
specifically
one
that you're talking
person that I
about.
really was hoping to do well, especially because they were also on, I believe they were on the board. They were in multiple shoots before this that showed
They
great
are a Met
fits.
Gala icon.
Okay,
They are.
great
Yeah.
fits.
Yeah.
Jeremy Pope, I am talking to you.
Mm.
All the outfits that
Yeah.
you wore in that beautiful, stunning Vogue
Mm,
shoot
mm, mm,
would
mm.
have been better than the Star Wars cosplay that you arrived in. May the 4th be with you was the day before, sir. It was
Mm.
not the day of the Met Gala. It was the day before. May the 4th was not with you. And I
Mm.
am upset in it's like the hair was there and then everything else, even down to the pants. The pants just look like flared out tuxedo pants. I said, Jeremy, you wear iconic fits. You were one of the people who was on it's almost like I had my little sports recruiting chart of people that I
Yeah.
was looking forward to seeing dressed. Jeremy Pope came out and I said, wow.
Yeah.
And then they showed the commercial where he was in all of those other fits. And I said, what happened? How did, how did we
Sometimes,
get here?
some runs, some streaks got to come to an end. That was a hot streak. He's one of those
Mm,
ones. He's, obviously it's Rihanna's up there. Um, who else is everybody usually waiting for? I mean, it's usually Rihanna, but there's people who have had a good streak, and he is absolutely one of them. So this was uh such a misstep.
such a
I actually
misstep.
buried it in my mind because I saw it and I was just like, not my Jeremy. Not my
Not
Jeremy.
my
Not
Jeremy.
my
It's
Jeremy.
actually
Not
how
for
I
this
feel.
theme. Like, because it's just like what hurts the most is like missing on this night hurts.
Hmm.
Again, like that's why even with the ratings earlier, it's like this wasn't for anybody but us. So like
Hmm.
when one of ours and like one of them who has had such a hot streak miss like the way he missed, you know.
Mm.
Mm.
Mm-mm-mm.
What could have been? What could have been? What could have
Truly.
been? And who was was that your final answer? Was this the one? I know they're looking at a lot of different things and I know
Hmm.
maybe there's some deeper thing that I'm missing with it, but yeah,
Right.
what
Like, did
could have
something
been?
happen to the outfit? And it's like that was the only backup we could get in
Yeah.
the amount of time. Who knows?
Was
Who
it
knows?
Star Wars that he was doing, or was it like a mannequin? Like I thought it was like that mannequin looking, you know what I mean? Like the brand, and I'm like not even trying to joke. I thought it was like the mannequin thing, like the where you sew it on. Like
Uh,
I really thought that. Like I
that's
didn't
a
know
very
what it
serious
was.
question, but I
I
still find that
have
funny.
no idea what it was. Like I looked at him and I looked away. Like I was
Mm.
like, not
My
my
jaw
Jeremy. Not
actually
my Jeremy.
dropped and not in joy.
Yeah.
Not in, it was just like, oh no.
Yeah. You know who should have been there though, too?
Hmm.
Billy Porter should have been there.
Oh, a
Billy
hundred
Porter should have
percent.
been there.
Billy Porter would have
Billy
ate,
Porter would have ate.
ate down.
And has for years has been on this theme where he can balance that. high, just masculine and femme energies. Like Billy should have been there. But if it is a case of I don't know the behind the scenes politics, this is a very expensive ticket, which I'm about to get to. And obviously, Faustian houses invite certain celebrities, so he's not at the top of the list as he was before. But I wish he had either, if he could have made it, he could have made it. But it would have been cool to see Billy Porter, what Billy
Mm-hmm.
Porter did for this theme. So,
Yeah,
um,
I
you know,
agree.
yeah. But yeah, Jeremy hurt. I
I
buried
was
Jeremy actually in my head. Like
I was so
that
upset.
didn't happen. That
I know
didn't
we didn't even
happen.
talk about it in like our least favorites, but it's like
Mm-mm.
this is why.
I
Because
saw it and
we
looked
needed a
away.
whole other section to
Yeah,
discuss
nah.
it. So,
Nah, I love him.
you
So he
know,
gonna bounce back. Hey,
he's gonna bounce back.
he gonna
I
bounce
hope
back
so.
next year. But this
He gonna
is
bounce back.
this year was not the year. What could have been? What could have been with Jeremy? Jeremy is just,
Yeah.
you know. So continuing the mixed feelings. Um, I don't do this with everything that we do that we accomplish, but the Met Gala raised $31 million, which is the highest amount in the 77-year history of the gala. And this money goes to it. This is a fundraiser. This goes specifically to the Costume Institute, which preserves more than 33,000 objects that represent 7 centuries of fashionable dress and accessories for men, women, and children from the 15th century to the present, according to the Met, which is cool. I love history. Great stories. They're true. I hate that we just raised so much money for white shit. Like it hurts. Like it's just like how joyful it is to watch this, to see us and everything. And I don't take back that this night happened because it should be
Hmm.
a focus on it. But sometimes it's the thing of like, God damn, I wish we could do these things that benefit us.
Yeah.
Or, people go up for us in this same way. Like while we're preserving this history that does obviously there's the exhibit that's gonna happen, but the majority of this history that it's preserving is going to be wider European history, amongst other things. Of course, it's going to be across cultures, but it was like, God damn, $31 million raised, and it's not going to our community. And sometimes it's just like, damn, if seeing the power that we have, how much we're culture, how much money we make people, it have always made people, especially now in days as they diminish or try to diminish our skills, our history, our whatever. It's just another thing of like, God damn, we make a lot of other people a lot of fucking money. So
Hmm.
glad this happened. Do have mixed feelings about this. Like in the 77-year history of this event, this happens every year. I feel like maybe in the last 10, 15 years, it's been a must watch thing. Obviously, one of the bigger incidents was the Solange elevator Jay-Z thing, but it's a big deal, right? And people paying attention. But this being the most money made, it's like, wow. Like last year it was 26, this year is 31. And given what's going on, I hope it inspires others to build more impactful things where they're raising money for directly things that are related to our community or our community. But my God, I was like, we always make people a lot of money. A
Hmm.
lot of money. A lot. That's a lot of money. Like, so good night. But, it's just like, God damn, we make a lot of people money that doesn't stay in our community all the
Yeah.
time. So, you know,
You're not wrong, friend. You're not wrong.
yeah. Mm-mm-mm-mm. We look
All
good though.
right. We look good,
We
except for
look good.
Jeremy.
We always do. That's a except for Jeremy.
God
You're
damn it.
so hurt by Jeremy. I
I am
know.
so
I
hurt.
know. You're so hurt.
Friend.
It's all right.
Ugh.
Some people
Either
gotta miss.
way,
You can't. I
you
wish it
can't
wasn't
every
this theme. I wish
time.
it wasn't this theme, but sometimes you just, you
Yeah.
know,
It's unfortunate.
yeah.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and wrap up the show. But we
Mm,
would
mm,
never
mm,
leave
mm,
you
mm.
without giving shout outs to our faves. I'm going to circle back and give a shout out to Asia Wilson for an iconic A1 drop. She put the game on notice, got her footwear, got her apparel collection, having the shoes sell out in mere minutes. More drops coming. We love to see it. This one is absolutely for the books. Congratulations to Asia Wilson. Make sure you go get some stuff.
All right. My shout out is to Play It Forward: How Women Are Changing Sports to Change the World, a new book by Together, the group with the Together, the E is X. You've probably seen them on social. But Play It Forward features 25 inspirational stories of badass women from all corners of the sports universe. From profiles of professional athletes and Olympians at the top of their game to everyday women putting in the work without a crowd, these are the true tales of fierce competitors, dedicated teammates, and passionate advocates who are all too accustomed to hearing the word no. The book is available anywhere you buy books. You can follow them on IG together, and that is the TOGETHXR. I was like, let me just spell it
Good
out
job.
because I was like,
Good
I was
job.
gonna say the
You
E
made
in
it.
it again, but I was like,
Yes,
there's two
but then
E's
it's
in
the
there.
first E is
Yeah,
not the second E. Yeah.
yeah. I was like, gotta spell it out. But yeah, y'all seen them. It'll pop up. Look, put together and it'll pop up. It's an X.
Yes.
So
All
shout out to them.
right.
That's a cool story.
That is great. Oh, I'll definitely have to add that to my little personal book list.
Yeah, that would go right in your house of cleats.
Okay.
House of cleats.
I can't stand you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you next week.
Take
Me
care.
again. Can we talk about things? I'm sorry that I'm